Sorry?
It just said, now it tells you when it's recording. It's really funny.
Oh, you had a little robotic voice.
I know, a little robotic voice. Excellent.
Welcome, everybody.
Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome.
We've got a lot of people that are joining now and a lot of people that we're going to send this to, and they are going to watch the playback version.
Yes.
So just give us a thumbs up that you can hear us okay and that everything's good. Yeah,
brilliant,
perfect.
Brilliant, brilliant.
All right, wonderful.
So I'm Blazenka.
And I'm Daniela. We are extremely excited, grateful, and very proud to be able to offer you retreats as we have done in the last couple of years, and as we will do for many, many years to come, because we get on extremely well. We both have very similar passion, and we have similar fields of work. We're here to help people raise their vibration in health, mindset, happiness, and peace. And we like to do that through varying workshops and personal therapies. And we both, we have a passion for seeing people happy. And that's why we really have put a lot of effort and time into this trip and looking at how to ensure that no matter what happens in the world, this trip is going to be safe, as are you. And if it needs to change in any way, we will let you know that through this call. But the main thing about this as well is to appease some of the questions and answer some of your questions and really get you excited about this trip of a lifetime that is in place, is going ahead as of today and as of everything that's happened. And we want to just break down through a lovely little PowerPoint presentation to show you and get you excited about each thing. So
what we'll do to begin with is we're going to just going to go through, before we go through the PowerPoint of what's going to actually happen, I just want to go through all of the what ifs.
The what ifs.
The what if. What if this happens and what if that happens? And we had this beautiful dinner just earlier with my family and was asking them what kind of what ifs would they have, you know, what kind of questions would they have, and we were just going through everything. So I just want to go through all of the what ifs, and then at the end of all the what ifs, if you have a what if that we haven't answered, please unmute yourself and
or just put your hand up,
or just put your hand up
and
ask us the questions so that we can answer.
And then we will then show the PowerPoint presentation, because you might be really hanging for your question to be answered. So we're going to answer the questions that we've come up with.
Yeah.
And then after that, feel free, when we say that's it for our questions, feel free to ask yours. Okay.
So first one, right off the bat, let's go. So mouse plague. We've been told that there is a mouse plague going on in New South Wales and Queensland. So my opinion is that it is in New South Wales and Queensland. We are going to be in South Australia and in Northern Territory. All of the places that we've booked are high quality places. We are not camping.
Not
skimping. This face is not a camper.
This is. But we won't be.
We're not camping. No, so camping is definitely not it. Places that we'll be staying at is like Novotel, some of the other places. They're really high quality places. So I'd be really surprised if they had mouses or mice going in those kinds of places. But hey,
without enough contingencies, we believe that those places would have contingencies. They'd have shutdown policies and rejigging.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're on the coach. The coach is a high quality coach as well. It's not like a little bus that, you know, you go down the road with. It's a very high quality
bus. 50-seater coach.
It's a 50-seater coach. It's quite lush. So that's my opinion with the mouse plague.
There's not much we can say about that. We don't know anyone that's seen them. We haven't there's no direct influence that we've had of that. So we just need to go by what we've heard and respect that. And if we've heard that, then everyone else is going to hear that too. So contingencies will be put in place.
Yeah.
We haven't heard anything back from any of the places, and we are in constant contact with them about COVID. There's a lot of background stuff that's happening here. We're contacting all the places that we're going to. We're checking in with the stops that we need to make and just constantly checking in with the local status. And so far, so good. No problems.
There's been no problems.
All the only problems we're hearing is just coming from the
what's on the news at the moment, which is
better than us verifying that by all the places that we're calling. So we're not hearing any panic there.
Yeah. So the other question is vaccine passports. So I know that there's been talk about vaccine passports, and will we have to get a vaccine passport you know, if we go on this trip. So this is my personal opinion from what I've seen. I've seen that in the UK, there was a lot of news going on about there's going to be vaccine passports. You're not going to be able to travel anywhere. And lately, I've seen a couple of news programs that have said that they're scrapping it in the UK. Now, we tend to follow suit. Whatever happens in the UK and whatever happens in America, whether we like it or not, we tend to follow suit. So if the UK is talking about scrapping the vaccine passports, I can't see them doing it here or making it mandatory from, you know, New South Wales to South Australia. But let's just hypothetically say they do, all right? If they say it has to happen, imagine the manpower they're going to need for the borders. There's a shitload of, I might have to say that.
It's all right.
There's a big, Australia is a big country. We have borders everywhere. They would have to make massive amounts of borders and have the manpower to actually get people to control the whole vaccine passports, let alone everything else. The other thing is they would have to say that everybody's allowed to be vaccinated. That's not going to happen by the time of September this year, I don't believe. So, because they're still even trying to get people to be vaccinated. So for them to put that into place for September, I think that's highly unlikely. We've got more of a chance of that happening next year, yeah, but this year, probably not. That's just my opinion because of the manpower. I'm looking at it logistically and logically because this is my logical brain coming in. So I'm looking at it that way. So I can't see it happening in that sense. The manpower would be just way too much for the government to go that way. That's my take on that one. Now, border closures. What happens if they say, or the flights no longer are working, okay, and they're saying no more flights to South Australia. What do we do then? So we have two options there. We can either reschedule to 2022. It would be around July. We wouldn't have the proper dates right now, but that's what we would do. I have already contacted everybody and they have all insisted that I can change everything to next year. So we will not lose our money. That is the important thing. I do not want to lose any money whatsoever.
Ours
not
or
for you.
yours.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot that's going in at the moment already.
So if they said no flights are going, right, and everybody, let's just say 90% of the people that are going say, let's just catch the bus. Grand Touring has offered, this is an option, okay, so let's just say we can't fly. Grand Touring has said that he'll come to Sydney and we will drive all the way to Adelaide and he'll drive us all the way back. Now that's a big, big drive, I understand that, but it's an option, okay? So this is another possibility if that happens, yeah? But if most people say, look, you know, I really don't want to do that, I can't add another day to my holiday for whatever reason, we just change it to 2022 in July. That's where we would move it to, and we would then, so just to give you another example, so with the cancellation refund, with the terms and conditions, I've offered people to the end of this month that you can have a full refund, all right, minus any fees. However, after that, if you cancel, I think by the 31st of July, I'd give you 75% back. By the 30th of August, I'd give you 50% back. By September, I'd give you 25% back if you had to cancel for some reason. But if we have to cancel and reschedule to July, you will lose nothing apart from the only potential thing that you could lose would be the money for the flights. Okay, so let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we have to move to July 2022. And you say to me, I don't want to do July 2022 because I can't get the time off at that time. Completely okay. I will give you all your money back apart from the flight because I can't transfer the flight to another person. That is the only reason why. It is roughly around between $300 and $350. So you know exactly how much you would lose That is the only time you would lose money, okay? Unless, of course, you cancelled on your own thing, but it was actually happening. So if we have to move to July 2022, that is what we will do. We'll honour it, and you will not lose any money, yeah? As long as you can transfer, or you'll just lose the... Because then we've got enough time to find the relevant people to come with us, you know what I mean? So that's why, that's how we see it. If we have to move it till 2022, we just find extra people and we're all good. So that's our promise to you. There are, I think that's all of it.
Yeah.
There are optional extras.
The optionals were just the things like, you know, it's going to be a full-on 9 days. We want to pack as much as we can in, but we're also aware that we're humans and we have friends that we're with or we're on our own. So we really want to let you know that there are, most things are optional. You don't have to do everything. If you wanted to have some free time or go off, you can. There's even a helicopter trip that you could organise. We could help you. She'll organise for you, but you can even do that, and that'd be something that you would do on your own.
Over Kings Canyon.
Over Kings Canyon. So just to be aware that, you know, you don't have to wake up at the crack of dawn sometimes and do the sound baths with us. You can have the lie-in. So just to give you that lovely warm freedom of being completely involved or partly involved, and that's up to you, and that you'll get a bit of free time each day. And
excellent. So now that's all of the questions that we could think of. Does anybody else have any other questions?
Give us a little unmute or hand up. Where's lovely Isabel? Can't see your face. Can't see you. So I'll leave you off the video, Isabel. And if you've got a question, love, just put your hand up or unmute yourself,
or even message the question in, and we can answer it in.
Okay. No, I'm good, girls. Thank you.
Beautiful. Okay. Can you help Lynette, and I'll start?
Yeah.
Just tell her how to get on. Okay, 1 second. All right, great. Okay, so we're going to start with day number 1. Okay, so day 1, whenever you see this little bracket here, which you can't see because I'm pointing to my screen, it's a bracket that has the letter D in it. That's not D for Daniela, okay? It's D for dinner. So there we go. So Monday, the 19th of September, we arrive in Adelaide independently on your flights or however else you choose to get there. Arrive at Adelaide between 10 and 11 a.m. You're going to be greeted by Michael, who is from Grand Touring. You're going to be greeted by this beautiful Blazenka and myself. And we will then off to go to a small, quaint German town called Handorf for 3 hours of free time of fun. You can go off and enjoy a delicious lunch, walk down one of the many shops and enjoy the beautiful energy of that little town. Then we head back to the airport for our accommodation, which is Adelaide Rockford, to enjoy a welcome dinner and get to know each other a little better, our little family for the 9 days.
Exactly. Now, just before we go on to the next bit, so the lunch is not included with this, okay? Yeah. So you guys have to find your own lunch.
Yes, which there's options.
If people, let's just say for argument's sake, someone, I don't know, their flight's really delayed and they can't, the only thing they're going to miss out is Handorf. That is the reason why we made Handorf, you know, something simple and easy to kind of get to. So if there is for some reason, you know, somebody's late or their plane doesn't arrive in time or something happens. We've created
buffer time.
So, you know, you won't be stranded. You should be able to get to the accommodation by dinner.
You won't be stranded in the German town. We will come and get you, okay? So there's a lot of strategic planning that's been happening here. So buckle up, people, because the next thing we're going to do is Cuba Pd. On Tuesday the 20th, we've got B and D. Again, not Blazenka and Daniela, breakfast and dinner. So you will be served breakfast and dinner. We're going to travel all day from Adelaide to Cuba Pd with Grand Touring. That's the name of our lovely tour company. We're going to enjoy workshops, games. There's going to be some Joe Dispenza inspiring documentary type videos. We've also got some lovely movies, meditation, and more on the bus. And again, optional. It's a 50-seater bus. If you decide that you want to opt out and you just want some quiet time, no worries. Go to the back of the bus. At this stage, everyone's going to have a whole row to themselves. So you can just completely switch off, relax, or come and be more connected.
Dean's going,
Yeah.
yes.
And, you know, Blazenka and I are going to be offering a workshop on the bus for 1 hour each a day. So you'll get a 2-hour solid workshop. You know, it's an option for you there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll be arriving at Cuba Pd and our accommodation will be the Desert Cave Hotel. Feel free to research this stuff. They're very exciting little places.
So all of the hotels and stuff, it is dependent on, you know, availability. If by some, I've actually reserved it, but if our numbers go up or anything like that, we might have to, you know, go to a bigger hotel or whatever it is.
So it's subject to change.
So it is subject to change,
numbers.
but the type of quality of these hotels will be the same.
Yes.
Okay, that is not going to change. We're not going camping.
We don't skimp on standards.
Yeah,
ever.
no, definitely.
We will enjoy a lovely dinner as we get ourselves
it's
prepared,
a typo.
not preferred, prepared for the fun to be had. So we've created it so that if we have long big days, we try to chunk them with nice restful periods either side, so that it's not just full on.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
So just got to click on that.
Then we've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner will be provided for you on the Tuesday, where we will be exploring Cuba Pd. And roughly about 80% of the population live underground because of the extreme temperatures, which can often reach 50 to 60 degrees in the summer. So we have hired an excellent local expert to help us tour this fascinating place. And we'll also get a chance to witness opal cutting at an opal mine. Find out about the golf course, which is apparently really interesting and exciting. You'll visit a church and some more things. And we'll see if we can fit in a very delicious barbecue lunch with the lovely Michael.
Michael's my brother, which is really great. And he owns Grand Touring. Grand Touring's been operating for now 25 years, I think, or even a little bit more than 25 years. So he's fully experienced, like very, very experienced. He's a lot of fun.
He's a full character.
He's a very full character. The only thing that we can't guarantee, there will be dad jokes on there, so I can't guarantee.
A lot of dad jokes. He's awesome. He's got a big heart.
Yeah, and he does amazing barbecues. So I'm sure that he's going to fit
get
that
at least
in.
one of them.
At least one or two of them.
Yeah,
actually.
at least one or two.
Yeah.
So after we're at this gorgeous place, we will return to enjoy a dinner followed by meditation and a sound bath. Again, optional. We're going to try and get at least 2 or 3 sound baths in the entire time, if not more. So enjoy.
With the sound baths, you know, we've dotted them here and there, but it will be dependent on weather, especially if we're doing outdoor sound baths. And it will also be dependent on, you know, the hotels and what we can get. So it's that part is not written in stone. We're going to be a bit fluid with that, just so that you know. I don't want anyone coming to me saying, Blazenka, you said it was going to be a sound bath tonight, and I've been looking forward to it.
None of that.
So yeah, none of that.
None of that. Wednesday, look at that gorgeous rock. So what are we doing on Wednesday? What are we going to eat on Wednesday? What do we get? We get breakfast and dinner. So lunch will be up to you. We'll give you some lovely options for that. So this is a nice travel day. So we've had some fun. We visited some things. There's going to be a lot of heavy traveling in this day from Cuba Pd to Uluru. Hope I'm saying that right. So we're going to wake you up with a breakfast of champions as we head off to Uluru, Uluru, Uluru. And on the bus, we are going to offer you a lucid dreaming workshop. And we have done this before, but it's going to be tweaked. But the most important thing here is lucid dreaming is when you can become awake or aware in your dream to the point that you can even control or move in your dream. So we're going to be encouraging that from the moment we wake up until we do this workshop. And then we're going to offer you a nap straight after the workshop. So once we've given you some tips for the lucid dreaming, you can then drift off into a lovely little nap if that feels right for you.
And we can lucid dream together.
And we can lucid dream together. Imagine we're all in Uluru. You can open your eyes and go, oh, I thought we've already been there. We don't need to see it again. So we try to link that in, and there's some music and singing, and it'll be nice if you feel like you want to do little interactions with us.
Yes.
And again, very respectful. We'll also be aware of the group. If we feel the group are feeling like they just want to have a nap and we've planned a workshop, we'll let you nap. We're very amenable and adaptable to our group. That's something that we pride ourselves on.
Yeah.
And after we're refreshed and settle into our accommodation at Desert Gardens Hotel, we will get to see the incredible sunset of Uluru. And I don't really meet anyone that's ever disappointed by that. Returning back in the evening, we'll be there for our dinner because it's a full day. So we'll have lovely dinner, and then you've got some free time to just chill. Look at that rock. It's crazy, isn't it? It's just a rock, but it's a very special rock. And behind that rock, you've got more rocks. They're the Olgas. There they are. There you go. And we've got breakfast and dinner provided for the Thursday. We're going to go to Uluru, also known as Katajuta. Katajuta, the Olgas. We're going to uncover the delights of Uluru, and we're going to spend some time at the Cultural Centre to learn about the Aboriginal perceptions of Uluru and its powerful spiritual significance. It would feel very wrong if you didn't go to a place like that and experience the actual essence of its tradition. We're going to finish off with the sound of silence, because sometimes
silence
is
important
as
sound.
Finish. No, well, yeah, well, then we're going to finish with the sound of silence dinner in front of Uluru. That is an experience of a lifetime, we are told. It's a very precious experience, one to make you humble to be human.
Yeah.
And then what, Blazenka?
We go to Kings Canyon.
Oh my gosh. We have breakfast, lunch, and dinner prepared for you on this fine Friday, the 24th of September, where we will go to the Uluru Kings Canyon, Uluru 2 Kings Canyon, where you will experience a powerful sound bath in the early mornings before we set out overlooking Uluru. And we recommend you get up for that one, because the energy is apparently extremely high and palpable. And this beautiful sound queen makes some really incredible sounds with those bowls. And we'll be using our voices and really trying to increase that vibration of the place and of you. Then you've got a lunch break at the Kings Creek station. Delicious. Then we're going to walk along the Kings Canyon, because we are all kings and queens and we all deserve a canyon. But because we don't have our own, we'll borrow theirs. And then there's a helicopter flight, which is at your own expense and at your own option and choice. So
if you want to do that, please let me know well beforehand. I need to get numbers. I need to get prices with my people.
So express your interest.
So yeah, if that is something you want to do, let me know.
Quickly, out of interest, how much would that be?
I really don't know.
Yeah.
I need to
cool.
that out.
That's so good.
So that's the interest that you would express. You would email B. She would then put a little spreadsheet and go, Dean's interested. She can just work that bit out.
Because it would be numbers as well. So numbers is based on it. We won't get anything for that. We'll be literally grabbing the money of whatever you give for us and giving it to the helicopter. That's what that would be. And just to let you know, because I have been to Kings Canyon, I have been to Uluru and all of that before kids, basically. Kings Canyon is like spectacular. It is a hard walk though. Okay, so I've written walk along Kings Canyon, but it's not like a little treks around, I don't know, the suburbs or anything like that. Walking along is quite challenging for people, so it's not for it is a hike. Yeah, it's quite hard getting up. Look, it may have changed because it was many years ago that I went, but it is a challenging walk, let's put it that way.
And you know what,
but
guys,
it's so worth it. It is so worth it.
There are some options. If people are hard of walking, for example, I know that, we were talking about it the other day, that you were saying there was a little motorized scooter. There's things like that are possible.
We actually have Nancy, my daughter, said, can we hire one please, Mum? So and she's not hard of walking at all, but so the coach that we're actually hiring, the one that we're getting, is for disability. Now there's nobody that's disabled or anything like that, but my brother said to me, if somebody needed a motorized kind of scooter, we can organise something like that. Just again, let me know if anybody's hard of walking, they want to do, you know, go around Uluru, because like even walking around Uluru, even though it's flat, it's a big walk, yeah, and you don't want to miss out on that kind of
we
stuff.
don't want anybody to be stuck on the bus because they're too tired, and we don't want to impact the group.
But we can only have one scooter. I don't know if we can fit 15 people on one scooter.
That's true. But we can always share it around, you know. So it's an option.
So it's an option. So
this is a great opportunity. If I'm doing a retreat, like if I'm going on a retreat like this, I say to myself, right, what do I need to do? I've got a few months to get myself in shape. I've got a few months to maybe, you know, increase a little bit of cardio, maybe Wim Hof, drop a little bit of weight if I can, increase my personal training sessions, eat better, really prep yourself. This is like a, you know, it's not just, we're not going to Magaluf for a piss up on a bus, you know, it's not a...
We're not?
No, that's the next one. I've told you, it's the next one. We've got the Barossa Valley though, we'll get to that.
Sign me up.
Team's in. So then we finish, you know, if you did your helicopter flight, you've got that again. Remember, express your interest sooner rather than later. Don't leave things to the last minute, please, just because again, we do a lot of stuff in the background here that is not seen. So you'd help us out.
Actually, can I just add one more thing? So there is one thing that I spoke to my people. I am going to have to get the numbers by mid-July. Okay. After that, for everything. After that, if somebody wants to get on the Uluru Retreat, it's not a no, but it's not a complete yes. I would have to make sure every single hotel
is in place
and every single tour can cater for this one extra person. So if you're speaking to somebody else about it and saying, I'm going on this fantastic retreat in Uluru, yeah, just join us. Just keep them aware that mid-July is going to be my cutoff date. However, it doesn't mean that we will not take anybody. It just means that I'm going to have to do a lot more work to see if we can fit you in, fit the extra person in.
And we're not charging you any more for that. It's just that we are being charged for it. We're using a lot of our time and a lot of energy that's gone into this trip. So we're just, I guess, asking for a little bit of appreciation of that. If you do know anyone that's considering it, or if you're considering it, just to really get yourself mindful to make that decision by the end of June, if possible.
Yeah, but don't think, oh my God, I can't go. And it's you know,
we'll make
end
provisions.
of July or August.
Life happens.
I just have to make sure, that's all. That's all I'm saying.
Beautiful. There's Michael. He may not be wearing the suit. He might be wearing more relaxed clothes, but you will recognize him. So he's an absolute cracker. He's got a beautiful heart and he's very funny. Saturday, the 25th of December, we've got breakfast and dinner included. And we are going to go from Kings Canyon to Cuba Pd. On the bus, we will have a range of our workshops again, some guided meditations, games, movies, singing, relaxation, and we will settle down to our accommodation at the Desert Cave Hotel. So we had a massive day on the Friday, and the Saturday, we're just going to tone it down a little bit and get ready for a beautiful evening.
Yes, no, that's it. That's because we'll be doing so much with the driving and on that day. I suspect when people get there, they want to have the dinner and they want to just have some relaxing and free time, because we just had 3 major days. We've just seen Uluru. We're still processing Uluru and the Olgas and Kings Canyon and everything else. So yeah, this is a good
Some
time
people literally fly in, see Uluru, stay the night and fly out. So there's a lot happening here. So we've tried to buffer that with some downtime.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, look, I was just, what's the longest amount of time we'll spend on a bus? Like an 8-hour day?
Okay. I believe it's
more.
It's between 8 and 10 hours.
That's right.
Okay. 10 hours is the longest.
Okay.
I think that's from Cuba Pd to Uluru, I think.
And we stop every 2 hours.
But we will be stopping every 2 hours. The bus has a toilet on there for number ones. You can do number 2s if it's really urgent, but I think Michael prefers if you can wait. But if you can't, it's completely okay.
There's a toilet on the bus. We'll stop every 2 hours.
But we have to stop every 2 hours. Michael can only drive a certain amount of time. It is actually a legality, like
Yeah.
it's a legal thing. And I think at the max is 10 hours, or it could be 11 hours, but I don't think anything is 11 hours. I think the longest day is 10,
Yeah.
but the only thing is I'm not too sure if the longest day is from Adelaide to Cuba Pd or whether it's Cuba Pd to Uluru. That's I
Okay,
know one
thank
of
you.
them is 8 and one of them is 10, but I just can't remember which one is which.
And no other people are joining the group apart from people that you're recruiting onto this group?
No other people. So currently we are sitting at 15 people.
Wow.
So like I said, we've got a 50-seater bus coach. We literally have, you know, a whole row to ourselves if we want. Yeah, so it's pretty good. It's very, very luxurious. You know, we have put a cap to 25 people.
Just for our
just
desire,
for our
comfort.
desire. I know that we can have 50,
Yeah.
but I would rather 25 is our
Tight.
max, because I want everybody to be, you know,
We want them to
known
have
and
a
loved
personalized
and
experience.
personalized. You know, if you have 50 people and I mean, I'm going to have to count anyway, but you know, like I'd prefer to have the smaller group than 50. That's just me personally. It's not about the numbers and the money. It's about
the energy,
the
quality of the people.
Yeah.
And remember, we're only ever as strong as our weakest link. So we really need to make sure that we are supportive and kind and encouraging of each other, but also realize that how we show up impacts that whole group. And so it's a really beautiful opportunity for us to have a community group dynamic and support each other. So we're very selective about who we encourage to come on these and who we allow, because sometimes it's just not appropriate, or it's not the right time for whatever reason. Sometimes it's medical reasons, sometimes it's mental health. You know, we really look at the kind of people that we want to be in a group together. And if it's not the right thing for them, then that's what we do as therapists. We offer private sessions to help people.
That's the other thing, is I have a beautiful little machine called the Healy. And so during these times that we're going to be going up and down, I'm going to be giving people complimentary Healy sessions. So everyone's going to be having at least one Healy session, unless you've got your own, Anna, wherever you are. She'll be running her own. But yeah, so we'll be running.
I'm here.
You're here. Anna's got her own Healy.
I finally worked out how to join. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're all good. You're all good. So yeah, I'll be running the Healy session on people, and everybody's going to get a chance to experience the Healy. I'm going to bring my tarot cards. So if somebody wants a little reading, you know, Nancy will bring up her tarot cards.
I'm going to bring these. And if someone needs a little massage or someone needs a bit of love, then I'm here. So
they're all the little things that we'll do on the bus, little extra types of things, you know. Have the drum around, and you know, we'll be doing a bit of meditation.
They get on very well, and whatever group we tend to bring together, the energy just seems to spill out. So we galvanize in a really loving way. And we've spent many hours together and many days together, and
slept together.
We've slept together. She doesn't move. She just goes in bed. I'm still chatting away, and she's gone. And then she wakes up in the exact same position you went to sleep. Never known anything like it. She's the best person in the world to sleep next to. But we really have a lot of love and energy in our hearts, and you really will feel that. We will paint these 9 days with that passion and that desire for you. And we always see the best in people. And when you see the best in people, it's very easy for them to feel that in them and give you their best.
Absolutely.
So we really encourage
So did you talk about Sunday?
I don't think I did.
No. It's B and D.
B and D. We've got breakfast and dinner. And we're going to travel from Cuba Pd to the Barossa Valley. We're going to sit back and contemplate. This is where we're going to really get to just ingest all of the memories and the experiences, contemplate the beautiful things that you've seen and experienced, the workshops, the communication. You know, everyone on that bus, you've got 15 creative geniuses on that bus.
Yes.
And everyone is interesting if you take enough time to ask the best questions. So over these 9 days, you've got a little bit from everyone's brain and heart that you get to enjoy. So you may want to contemplate that as we arrive at the Novotel Barossa Valley and enjoy
a different kind of spirit.
So come on, we've just done a spiritual thing for 8 days or whatever it is, and it's time to let your hair down in the best way possible with professionals explaining all the quality of the wines. And
Yes.
come on, we'll only do what's quality. We don't just give you crap things, people. So that's a lovely way. And then Barossa Valley to Adelaide, because our adventure is almost complete. But before we finish, let us go out with a
bang,
because a delicious lunch and wine tasting will be there for you before we head off to the airport, where you will catch your flights back from Adelaide to Sydney.
Or if you want to, that's the other thing, is this is all optional. If you guys want to do your own flights,
yes,
we'll just take $250 off your total price, and you can find your own flights. So you might want to extend your holiday. You might want to get there a couple of days before, or you might want to stay a couple of days later. It's entirely up to you. That's fine if you want to do that. I just won't be organising your flights. Just let me know it's an option. I just take the price off and you can find your own flights. There's been ridiculous amounts of flights that have been very, very cheap lately. Like I've heard of people getting, I don't know, something stupid like $59 one way. It's just nuts.
So some people prefer to do that and find their own.
Yeah, some people have done that. They've found their cheap flights, or they've got like loads of frequent flyers, so they're just doing their own flights. So it's a quick way to just, make up, a little bit of money and get your own. As long as you can get there, if you can get there by lunchtime, we can go to Harndorf on day one. But if you can't get there till later, then you'll just be joining us for dinner at Adelaide. So it's entirely up to you. It's we've
tried to cater for everyone, because people like me, I don't want a payment plan and I don't want to organize anything myself. I would pay for somebody for everything. I'd be like, go to the retreat, you sort the flights, you sort this. But then other people, they go, no, I'd like a payment plan, or I'd like to pay when I'm ready. And I'd also like to get my own flights if that could get me a bit of a less, everyone has their different way. So we've tried to cater for everybody's needs. And if there's a way for us to cater for you that we're not already, feel free to let us know that. It may be something we can accommodate now, or we'll be able to in our next retreat.
So with the flights, if you want to do your own flights, I need to know by the end of this month. That's the only thing.
End of June, latest.
So you need to let me know whether you want me to do it or you want to do it yourself. So
let's say 29th of June. If you give yourself the latest date, 29th, just so she's got a buffer.
Just so that I can, because then I'm going to be starting to get the flights for everybody who hasn't got a flight yet. Well, actually not me, my husband will be doing that, because he's a gem at organising flights.
So guys,
and there's one more thing. Well, we've got the two males in my family, Jay and Steve, are going to be videoing and
videographers
taking photos,
photographers,
of everything, and then later on they're going to put in a little snapshot of the holiday of everybody and everything that's been happening, and you guys will all get that.
You'll all get a copy, so you'll have the whole 9 days, and there'll be enough personal bits of you. We'll go around and make sure that you're personalized on it. Everyone's counted, so you'll have a whole 9-day discography.
But obviously take your own photos too. Okay, just let us know that. Okay?
Yes. Awesome.
You're right.
So guys, any questions? Thank you very much for listening. Any questions? I appreciate you've given us some of your time on this Sunday evening.
Thank you.
And we hope you've got excited to start your week off. We are really excited about this. So honestly, if there's any way we can alleviate your fears or your concerns and allow you to feel even a shred of the excitement that we feel, then we would really love to do that. So go for it. This is your time.
I'm going to bring some tea.
Yay! Kerry's bringing some tea. Beautiful.
Awesome.
Thanks, Kerry.
We love Kerry's tea.
Yeah, we do.
Brilliant.
And that's another thing, isn't it? Like, we do tarot and mediumship. Imagine we've got 15 people on this coach. Everyone could bring something that they're good at or they enjoy, and if you feel like it, you might share it with someone at some point. And this is a lot more than what we are offering, because
there's one more thing with the Barossa Valley, because we'll be wine tasting and stuff like that. If anybody wants to, if they like a particular one and they want to buy a case, Michael has offered to bring it back under the bus.
Wonderful.
And it
Dean's like, I'm confirmed to going to Uluru now.
Me too.
Uncertain before, but now I can confirm.
so we can bring cases, not cases back, just to take into
Cases, yeah, Dean.
consideration.
Back off, Dean. We're not bringing it back, right?
Because I do need to bring it from Canberra back to Sydney, and then you just got to pick it up from my place of healing Inside Out. That's the only thing I asked for in Sutherland.
So that's a little Brucey bonus, hey?
Yes. So if there's any extra things you guys buy and you can't put it on a plane or anything like that, let us know, and we'll put it on the bus.
Yes.
It all goes on the bottom of the bus.
I just want to say one thing that I've experienced on a similar tour, but this is the Indian tours I've been on. The organizer, who's also the yoga teacher, she did a little thing called an excavation questions, which is a very curious. I'll send them to you guys. Just have a glance over, and maybe you can modify them to your own itinerary. But they're very interesting questions in a way of allowing everyone to excavate challenges in their life or things that they wanted to work on. So there might be something that people could potentially look at doing over the the 10-hour spans of the traveling. So I'll send it to you guys as something to have a look at. Feel free to copy it bluntly if you really want. I mean, she's not on the trip, so it's not an issue, but still, it's a curious thing that you may want to add.
Thank you so much, Dane. Appreciate it.
We it wouldn't have been the same PowerPoint if you didn't get the word curious in there. So I'm very thank you.
It's all curious, ladies. It's all curious.
Is Dean gonna? Oh no, Dean's not gonna be any chick. Thank God.
We've tried to avoid
Boys this time, Dean.
We've tried to avoid as much writing on the bus as possible because we don't want you to be looking. But we haven't got anything at the moment where there's going to be, looking down. So those questions might be really, really good.
Yeah.
Keep you all focused so you don't get dizzy and nauseous. But Dean, that is exactly the kind of questions we would like.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, with the Indian tours, basically they've just been the kind of questions that she does a satsang at the beginning of the tour. Not that you have to do this, but the satsang in terms of satsang is, if you don't know, is Sanskrit for company of truth. So you sit around in the circle of truth, basically, and you talk about obviously all what you're dealing with and everything, because obviously it's India, it's very confronting for a lot of people at times. But skipping ahead, she says this document is essentially what you can work on for yourselves during this journey, because it's not just a journey through India, it's also a journey of self-discovery. So that'd be something nice to potentially work in somewhere, and you can always add your own questions, make your own things up as an idea.
There'll be little things like when we do our 1-hour workshop, they're things to incite or inspire or ignite, should I say? That's objectives for the day. So like when I wake up in the morning, I say things to myself like, what's the aim for today? Do I want to have a really inspiring conversation with a stranger? Today something really fun's going to happen, or today something unexpected is going to happen, or today I'm going to have a spirit connection with a client. I put it out there first thing in the morning when I meditate or before I've even got out of bed, and 9 times out of 10 it will happen, because it's a bit like the red car scenario. You think about the red car, you go out on the street and you see it everywhere because you brought it to the forefront of your mind. So we'll always be starting those beginning of the days off in that way. But Dean, that's awesome. That is gold.
Brilliant.
Gold. All right. Any other questions? If there's no other questions, what about emotions? What are you feeling now after hearing all of that? Has anything shifted for you? Anything changed? I'm going to give you the chance just to share if that's helped appease you, or if you just want to.
Excited and can it hurry up and get you already?
Yeah.
I know. We'd go tomorrow if we could, believe me.
Yes,
we really would.
Do we have a copy of these PowerPoints, or have we got this information somewhere?
It's going to be on the website, Isabel.
I'm going to put on the website.
Excellent. Thank you. Because I'd like to go back through it.
I'll personally send you a link. Beautiful.
Excellent. Thank you, Danielle.
Watch this whenever you like, and you've got all of the information there, and you've obviously got us in between. If ever you want to, call or text, we're here.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
There is a PDF that was on the website that shows like detail of what we're doing. It's kind of like what we've written here, but I've just written it a little bit differently, I suppose, more in point form. I
Okay.
don't know if you guys have seen it. If you go back to the Uluru page on the website and you go further down, there's like a link to, you know, click here for the itinerary or
Yes,
something like that.
itinerary.
And that actually has all this information and more. It's
Yeah.
got even more information that you can look up.
This one's a
really-
bit prettier because
this one's
Blazenka did
prettier.
it, and we got a lot of the other stuff from the other people.
Yeah,
But yeah, this is the more visual stuff. But imagine this
plus more.
plus a lot more. The itinerary on the Uluru page
Yeah.
on both of our websites.
Yeah, it's definitely there. But if you can't find it, let me know and I'll send it to you. So like if you're struggling to find the itinerary on the website page, just let me know and I'll just email it to you. It should be good.
Slightly trivial question. Will
Yeah.
there be snacks on the bus in these long 10-hour stints?
It's a good question.
Dean and I think exactly the same.
So Dean, I was asking Jay.
Yeah, the boys.
Yeah,
Dean and food.
most important question.
Yes. We won't be physically providing snacks on the bus, but I believe you can bring snacks on the bus, but just be mindful, you know, not to be, you know, having ice cream and it flying everywhere, because at the end of the day, you're just giving poor Michael more work. But I think he's pretty reasonable. So, you know, you can bring your packets of chips or whatever it is that you want to eat. We're going to be stopping every 2 hours. So wherever we stop, there will always be a loo or there'll always be somewhere where you can get snacks.
If you're bitty with food and you need to have refueling, just do what I do and Blazenka does. We carry a big bag of nuts, mixed nuts with us everywhere we go, and we
Yeah.
buy big things of bananas and oranges and things that are easy to digest and carry with you.
Yeah, and if you run out of stuff and you're starving, come and see me. I've always got snacks.
The second the engine starts, she goes, "Is
Always.
anyone hungry?" We just started the road trip. She goes, "Oh, I'm peckish." She's so cute. So there's always food
So
for
I will
Blazenka. You
always-
can eat Blazenka's food.
Absolutely. So yeah, no, just
Yeah.
come to me and I'll find you something. I'm sure. But yeah, like
Yeah.
get some. Make sure that you've got
Yeah.
snacks for yourself.
No, that's fine. I was just checking because I've done a few tours where we've done very long stints. So just wanted to know if you'd either planned something beforehand or if it was just a matter of BYO.
No, it's a good
Yeah.
question. And if you are concerned, I would be thinking, oh, what kinds of things can I start stocking up? Because remember, the coach is massive. There's a lot of storage space. You can
Yes.
have you can have your cereal bars, nut bars, and things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Giving me too many ideas.
Yeah.
So we're recording this and we'll put it out on a link so you can, the people that missed half of it or came in a little bit later, because we went through quite a few questions about mouse plagues and cancellations and vaccine passports and border closures and all that kind of stuff. So anybody who missed that and wants to know more, please have a
Watch it
look,
from the
watch it from the beginning and you'll get
Yeah,
all of
before
that
you jump in,
information.
the people that have jumped in midway and towards the end, before you ask any questions, please look at the PowerPoint because we've answered a lot of questions on this.
Yeah.
And if you know anyone that's thinking about Uluru, but these are last minute people that want to, some people are, I'm a bit of a last minute person as well. So I think about it and then like, you know, it's August and I'm like, so I've decided, I think I'd like, she's like,
Sorry.
really? So if you know any annoying people like me, just send that PowerPoint link to them sooner rather than later so that they've got a little bit of more excitement and understanding around that. Feel free to send them a link.
Yes. And we are offering a little discount if you get someone on board.
We're offering you a commission.
Yeah.
If you bring somebody on, we'll give you a commission for that.
Yeah.
To encourage you for helping.
Yes.
Because-
And when would the cutoff be for that?
Great question.
So
29th of June.
29th of June, Dean, weren't you listening?
Just checking on these things. Come on.
the commission or the cutoff. Now, if we can get, so middle of July is the date that we, I have to give my numbers to my people. You know, because
So 29th of
because
June.
basically they're holding at the moment, all of those hotels are holding 25
Yeah.
spaces.
Hmm.
So I've had some people that have gone on to try and book the dates that we've got and they can't get in because we've got it. Yeah. We're like
So when's the
literally
cut-off
booked it all out.
date?
So we have to give the numbers to our people by mid-July. Yeah.
And we don't want to be
And
messing around in
after
that
that,
last week.
if we've only got 15, that's absolutely fine. But if we've only got 15, I'll be saying we've got 15 people. These are the rooms that we need. They will then give those 10 spaces out. If somebody books those spaces and we get somebody last minute, I'm not saying they can't come, but it might be that one of those hotels, they're going to have to stay somewhere else.
Yeah.
And we'll accommodate. But if we can't accommodate, then we'll have to say, sorry, you're not going to be able to join our retreat.
So the cutoff date
is mid-July.
So mid-July to let you know.
To let me know in terms of the numbers.
But you've got to tell them in
Yes,
mid-July. So
yeah.
I'm going to say, with respect, a week before she's got to let them know, because there's a little bit of messing around that happens sometimes when people are dilly-dallying. So first week of July, if you could make that in your mind the cutoff date, and then give yourself an extra week as a buffer.
Yeah.
But first week in July, out of respect, please. It's not like we're just sitting around waiting for that week to contact everyone. You know, you might have a really busy week that week.
Yeah.
In the week of July. So first week of July, please, is the cutoff date.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
That you can, you know, if someone comes in, it's definite they've got a spot.
Yeah.
After that, it's a possibility.
It's a maybe, and
it's a maybe.
A bit of a
it's a maybe.
organisation.
Yeah. It's just a maybe. It's not a no, but it's a maybe.
Yeah.
So that's all.
All right, guys.
Great questions.
One last question.
Oh my God, Dean.
Always. Come on, Kerry. So what will the temperature be like for the middle of Australia? Very hot during that time?
It's not going to be that hot. It's September. That's
What are
another.
we thinking?
We spent about an hour talking about the right time to go, and we spoke to Michael and we researched, and this seems to be one of the ideal months to go to Uluru
it's not hot
because of the heat.
Yeah, December would have been really, really hot.
That was our
It's
first
not going to be
option.
cold. So not cold. It's never cold over there. I know in July it's great because they have all the rain and everything like that. But then you've got the rain.
We've got some excitement over here. So yeah, it's a really good temperature. It's not too hot, not too cold.
24
degrees. Wow.
Very good. Excellent.
Quite nice.
And something in Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Nice one, Jay.
Anything else? All good.
Awesome.
Thank you again so much for coming on board.
Thank you for your patience, and
Can't
thank
wait
you for
for it.
being aligned with the trip. We always feel the right people turn up at the right time with the right group. So just trust your hearts, trust the process, trust whatever you feel is okay, and we're here for you.
Yes.
And we're really excited and grateful to spend a quality time. Love heart to you too, Lynette.
Yes.
Aw, big hugs.
Have a beautiful evening. Enjoy the rest of your
And
weekend.
an excellent start to the week. Say
Yes.
bye, kitty.
Great. Thank you.
Good
Good night.
See everyone.
Bye.
Cheers.
night.
Bye.
Thanks for that. Bye.
Bye.
Stop sharing.
I'm gonna wet myself. Holy crap. Nancy, I said, will you pee for me? I asked